So you should have already attempted these problems, but just in case you were having some issues, we're going to go through these together. So this problem says you have 17 coins and pennies, nickels, and dimes in your pocket. The value of coins is 47 cents. There are 4 times the number of pennies as nickels. How many of each type of coin do they have? So the first thing I notice is I have 3 variables. I have pennies, I have nickels, I have dimes. This means I'm going to have 3 equations. So I'm just going to write out some information for you. So I'm going to use P to equal pennies. And if I ask you how much a penny was worth, you'd probably say 1 cent. And if we write 1 cent as like a dollar amount, it's 0.01. Variable number 2 is nickels. So I'm going to use N for nickels. If I ask you how much a nickel was worth, you would probably tell me 5 cents, again written out, 0.05. And lastly, D for dimes. If I ask you what a dime is worth, hopefully you'd say 10 cents, that's 0.10. So reading sentence 1, 17 coins, pennies, nickels, and dimes. This means my pennies plus my nickels plus my dimes equals 17 different coins. Sentence number 2, the value of the coins is 47 cents, and we just kind of went through, this is the value of each individual coin. So pennies are worth 0.01, nickels are worth 0.05, dimes are worth 0.10, total amount in my pocket 0.47. Then the last sentence, there are 4 times the number of pennies as nickels. Now, this can be a little confusing. So, let's just pick an amount. Let's say I have 5 nickels. If I have 4 times as many pennies, how would you figure that out? So 4 times the number of pennies as nickels. So hopefully you'd say, well, you'd multiply by 4, you would have 20 pennies. So what you guys just figured out is that I need to do 4 times however many nickels. So that equation is 4 nickels equals pennies. Because again, 4 times 5 got me 20. So 4n equals P. If you look at my other equations, though, I have pennies, nickels, and dimes all on the same side of the equation, so I need to solve this thing. So if I wanted to move P to the other side, I would subtract P from both sides. These P's kind of cancel out, which means I really have a 0 over there. So now this is written more like I want it to be. So I would have... and I'm going to rearrange so that my variables are in order. I have these 4 nickels. I have minus P, so that should go out here because the P's are in front. I have nothing about dimes, so I'm just going to write plus 0 dimes just to line everything up nicely. So I just rearranged the equation. Now that I have it set up, I can type this into the calculator and solve. First, I would need to write out my matrix. So remember, this would be 1 penny, 1 nickel, 1 dime, 17. 0.01, 0.05, 0.1, 0.47. -1, 4, 0, 0. I'm pretty sure we're pretty good at typing things into the calculator to solve them. So just remember this is a 3, because 3 rows, by 4 matrix, and we won't worry about typing it in to solve because, like I said, I think we're pretty good at that. I just want to make sure we're understanding the setup of each problem. You already watched how to do B yesterday, so I'm going to go ahead and go to C now. So again, Monica has 1 $5 and $10 bills in her wallet worth $96. So I'm just going to use X, Y, and Z this time. So 1x plus 5y plus 10z, because 1s are worth 1, 5s are worth 5, and 10s are worth 10. The total amount of money is $96. Sentence number 2. She had one more $1 bill. She would have just as many ones as 5s and 10s combined. So imagine if you have $3 and I give you one more $1 bill. Hopefully you would tell me that's $4, which means I did 3 plus 1 to get 4. Our $1 bills are our X variable. So we just said we're adding $1. So X plus 1. Okay. So if she had one more $1 bill, X plus 1, she would have just as many ones as 5 and 10s combined. So we're going to say that would equal our 5s plus our 10s together. 5s are Y, 10s are Z. So that second sentence is now written here. Again, I really want X, Y, and Z all on the same side, so I need to move this X. It's a positive X, so if I want to move it, I'm going to subtract X from both sides. These are going to cancel, so I have 1 equals negative X plus Y plus Z. And now I can write it under this other equation, and it's going to line up really nicely. Last sentence. She has 23 bills total. So we have 3 types. We have 1s, 5s, and 10s, which we're representing using X, Y's, and Z's. And the total is 23. Again, on the quiz, you're going to write this out into a matrix on your paper. So hopefully you would tell me 1, 5, 10, 96, negative 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 23. I'm not going to have you solve it because we were kind of working on that yesterday. I just wanted you to see the setup just in case you were having any trouble. Example D was a lot like what we did in the last example yesterday. So we have 3 employees. We have Adam, Bill, and Charlie. I'm just going to call them A, B, and C for my equations. First sentence says when all 3 are working, they pack 81 boxes per hour. So that is Adam plus Bill plus Charlie equals 81. Sentence 3 says Adam and Charlie are working. They can pack 39 boxes. So that's Adam plus Charlie. They don't say anything about Bill, so I'm just going to put a 0B just to keep things lined up nicely. And that total was 39. This next sentence says if Bill and Charlie are working, they can pack 68 boxes per hour. So again, that's Bill plus Charlie, 68 boxes. They don't say anything about Adam. If you want to write 0A just to keep everything straight, that's completely fine. And then lastly, determine how many boxes each employee can pack per hour. So we've got our equations written. We would write out our matrix, 1, 1, 1, 81, 1, 0, 1, 39, and 0, 1, 1, 68. Again, I'm pretty confident you can use the calculator to solve, so I'm going to stop here. You don't need to solve it, but I just wanted you to make sure that you could see the setup if you were having trouble yesterday.